again, we are back on TikTok at Boond Soch. We train our thoughts with a series of episodes with Wing Commander Pankaj Bajaj, who has been there with Indian Air Force for a couple of decades and later was part of Pavanans and now GSW. It's an interesting insight. So what we are getting from Wing Commander Pankaj Bajaj, his passion towards the flying, and then what are the leadership lesson which like normally you see it's different from the corporate world. Now we are going to, in this episodes, about the challenges and the critical situation what you might have faced in span of being part of an Indian Air Force. Sir, welcome back
Thank
to
you so much,
Boond Soch. Now, can you share a challenging situation like where you have to take a tough decision under certain pressure, like?
So life in defense is mostly living on challenges and overcoming the challenges.
Mm-hmm.
There are many challenges in terms of, especially in flying. If you talk about flying,
Mm-hmm.
it's a very dynamic environment.
Mm-hmm.
The weather changes, the behavior of the machine, the
Mm-hmm.
temperature changes, load changes. So you try to overcome them on daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
But certain situations get etched in your memory which challenge you.
Can you share those with the target
Yes.
audience?
It so happened, sir, I was doing one cyclone relief in Gujarat area.
Mm-hmm.
This was just before the Bhuj earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
There was a huge cyclone and a lot of destruction and all, and we were flying on the coast.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're flying on the coast, the instructions were to save lives whichever you can see.
Mm-hmm.
So I was flying with one of my colleagues and I saw one gentleman who stuck in the daldal because there was a lot of slush because of the cyclone.
Mm-hmm.
And we went down, we could not land, so we kind of, hovered next to him in a helicopter so as to pull him up.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was pulling him up, my co-pilot was flying, and I extended my hand and tried to pull him, and I asked him, what is your name and nationality? He said, I'm some name, Muhammad something, and I'm from Pakistan. Now at that moment, first thing thought comes to your mind, is he a spy?
Mm-hmm.
Is he someone who's been staged there or something?
Mm-hmm.
And it was very challenging for me because taking a right decision is very important at point of time.
Mm-hmm.
But I went with my instincts and I thought life has to be saved.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled him up. Of course, I took him back to Air Force Station Bhuj, where the authorities came and we handed over to him.
Mm-hmm.
But at that moment, two thoughts went to my mind when I was pulling him up. One is human angle, one was safety angle.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided, okay, human angle should be prioritized because safety will be looked after when we go.
Mm-hmm.
So this was one of the challenging situations for me.
Mm-hmm.
And another challenging situation was when I was flying in Congo and representing my country.
Mm-hmm.
We were to negotiate the surrender of a tribal leader who was responsible for mass killings and rapes in a particular area.
Mm-hmm.
And we were carrying a team of negotiators on board.
Mm-hmm.
And when we landed up over there, the intelligence was hardly available.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly I got a message from the other helicopter who was capping the area that I've got bogies 12 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
The bogie means an armed intruder.
Mm-hmm.
And when I looked 12 o'clock, I saw one tribal person aiming at my helicopter with a rocket launcher.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kept increasing, and then I was surrounded by about 60 to 70 militia who were aiming AK-47s, AK-56, and of course various rocket launchers and grenade towards the aircraft. And that was the time I prayed and thought that maybe, today is not my day and things might not end up the way it has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, split-second decision, as soon as the gentleman came inside, I decided that I will not climb up and take off because if I do that, perhaps the chances of me being shot down are easy. So I decided to take off in the direction of the militia so that they go for a cover. And then I popped up and went behind the trees to cover myself for about 3 to 4 kilometers and then I went back.
Okay.
I didn't know what was their intention, but that was the only way I could have saved me and my people on board. And I'm happy that I was able to do it.
The fractions of a seconds, आपके दिमाग में क्या thought चल रहे थे उस time पे?
I could figure out my children, my family, my parents, and the entire life which I had lived by that time. So that was the day I really felt that I had relived the entire thing again in my mind.
Okay, good, great. So many a time, how does the armed forces handle the fear, uncertainty, and the risk? कई बार ऐसा होता है ना, डर जैसा सामने देखो, the uncertainty situation like weather and all, and the risk factor. How they overcome those kind of challenges which are there?
I believe, sir, this is where the true training comes in. the true discipline comes in and preparedness comes in. We are taught and we practice for it during our good days when things are not going wrong on ground and certainly near. A whole lot of training goes in which people are trained to tackle such situations, and if you prepare for it, you are able to overcome it in 99% cases. And I did face similar situations, weather limitations, machine limitations, emergencies in the aircraft on board. And I feel that thanks to my seniors who had trained me for that, I was able to overcome those risky challenges, situations, and come out of it, live another day and fly another day.
Okay. As a pilot, you are totally dependent on the aircraft maintenance engineer. Like they are the one who does the entire maintenance as for the aircraft which are concerned. Like, and you are sitting in a cockpit and you are flying. Like, so what kind of a confidence you are having on the person like to whom you have not seen have worked on the aircraft, and then how like you take off from there onwards?
This is where the beauty of teamwork comes in, sir. I personally in my life believed in investing in people than investing in other things. And if you have a very healthy relation with your technical team and the people who manage the aircraft, you always fly with confidence. I always had that confidence because I always had a wonderful relation with my technical officers till date who are my friends now. And you have to respect the professionalism of the other person. Many times you will have difference of opinions, but it is how you come out of it. Maybe sitting in the bar, maybe sitting for a cup of tea, discussing it out and work towards the benefit of the system. We were able to achieve that, sir.
Okay.
And the belief, the training and the preparedness is the recipe for success in such cases.
Okay. Many times I think there are certain checklists which are being provided to pilots by the aircraft maintenance engineer, like, and once he signs, you just take out the thing.
Yes.
But कभी ऐसा हुआ आपको doubt हुआ कि like something is wrong with the aircraft surface and we question AME about the maintenance aspects?
Sir, not in terms of doubt, but while flying, certain challenges do come wherein the aircraft unserviceability takes place, like generator going off, winch cable getting run away, maybe one engine going off in certain cases, oil pressure is not working properly. And as a machine, it will happen. And we have a recourse to correct that, provided we follow the checks and procedures.
Okay.
We have an emergency checklist. There are procedures given in that. You have to follow that. So once you come back, you discuss with your technical officer that this has happened and why did this happen and how it should not happen.
Not good.
So this is most important, how it should not happen subsequently.
Correct.
Nothing is Six Sigma. Everything doesn't work 100%.
Okay.
So you have to take it in your stride and come out of it.
Good, great. And then what was the most emotionally difficult moment in your service life? Where emotions and your service, there's a clash like?
So emotions come in when it is a case of your family, your parents and all. It's a great amount of sacrifice that you have to serve in the defense forces, that you may not be able to give time to your parents who may be ill, or some kind of happiness things going on in the family, like functions of marriages or something. So I've not been able to attend a lot of marriages of my cousins and now their children, of course. And similarly, there are situations in which you have to move out to different places to work, and your educational period of the children are still halfway through. So you have to leave your families behind and go stay alone for 6 months, then they join you later on.
Correct.
And then you start afresh from a small home to a non-status home to a status home, and by the time you get a status home, you get posted out to a new place. The cycle repeats.
Correct, correct.
So these are the places where the emotions come in, but once again, you take it in your stride, and slowly and steadily the system has improved. But in our times, this was one of the biggest emotional challenges.
But in span of couple of years, like, being part of the Indian Air Force, like which of places like you got transferred? And
I was one of the lucky ones, sir. I have seen about 70 places in 25 years, and I believe it was a free ticket to the world, to our country, that thanks to Air Force, I've been able to see almost entire length and breadth of this country. And starting from Jamnagar to Silchar to Guwahati, Tezpur, Dibrugarh, Chennai, Nagpur, Mysore, Dehradun, you name it, length and breadth I've been to these places.
Good, great. I think anyone listening to Wing Commander Pankaj Bajaj's story about the journey towards an Indian Air Force, and then the leadership lesson like normally the armed forces teaches, and then challenges and the critical situation, how one counterattack those kind of, and thing. It's a very interesting insights. The story what we are getting as far as the Wing Commander Pankaj Bajaj is concerned. Do catch up with him in our next episode of Tea Talk with Boond Soch. So thanks a lot for being part of
Thank
this.
you so much.
Thank you very much.